So far, we have seen the various dairy products, how they are prepared using microorganisms. Now we are going to study probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria that are good for us and especially our digestive system. We usually think that the bacteria are germs that cause diseases, but we have both kinds of bacteria, that is good bacteria as well as bad ones. Probiotics are often called good or helpful bacteria because they help us to keep our gut or the intestines healthy. You must have definitely seen the advertisement of a probiotic drink called as Yakult, and it is one such probiotic drink, fermented milk drink, and it contains microbes which are useful for improving our digestion as well as it helps to better our immunity. So here we are going to talk about probiotics. So probiotics are also milk products that contain live or active bacteria. And what are these bacteria? They are Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, and Bifidobacterium bifidum. So another three names that you need to remember here. So these are all good bacteria which are going to strengthen our digestive system. So these are Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, and Bifidobacterium bifidum. So these three are present in probiotic milk drinks. These microbes maintain balance of intestinal microorganisms. So what is the function of these microorganisms? That is, they are going to maintain a balance of intestinal microorganisms. They may be even called as good or friendly bacteria, as they are going to work against the harmful bacteria and prevent them from setting in our gut. For example, they decrease the population of harmful bacteria like Clostridium. Now, Clostridium is a gram-positive bacteria that is present in our gut and it causes diarrhea, food poisoning, infections, etc. So, these probiotic drinks provide us with good bacteria like these, which are going to prevent the growth of harmful bacteria like Clostridium. What are these probiotic products? Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, that is pickle of cabbage. Then we have dark chocolate, miso soup. Miso soup is a traditional Japanese soup and it contains all these beneficial bacteria. Pickles, oils, corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, microalgae, seafood like spirulina, that is cyanobacteria, chlorella, and blue-green algae. So all these provide us with all the probiotics or beneficial or good bacteria. Let us now look into the importance of probiotics. According to the World Health Organization, probiotics are fermented food items or milk products in particular, and they contain live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. So we have seen how probiotics are useful to us, and they contain live bacteria like Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, and Bifidobacterium bifidum. Especially these probiotics are very good for our gut, and they keep the gut healthy. They increase the number of good bacteria and reduce the number of bad bacteria like Clostridium, which causes various intestinal disorders. So we have even seen many examples of probiotics like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. This is one we had studied as an example, that is pickle of cabbage. So sauerkraut is a sour cabbage, we can say, and it is cut very finely. That is, raw cabbage is cut very finely, and then it is fermented by adding various lactic acid bacteria. With this, the shelf life increases and it has a distinctive sour flavor, both of which is on account of the lactic acid that is formed by the bacteria due to the fermentation of the sugars that are present in cabbage leaves. So this sauerkraut, that is a pickle of cabbage, is very useful for us in the form that it enhances and increases the number of good bacterium. Let us see the various importance of probiotics. They form colonies of useful microbes in alimentary canal. So this is one we have already seen. The bacteria forms colonies in the intestine, and these are of good bacteria. We will see one picture of how the colonies of bacteria grow, and the picture I'm going to share in the next slide. So they form colonies of useful microbes in alimentary canal. Controls other microbes and their metabolic activities. So we have seen that how Clostridium is a harmful bacteria and causes diseases. So probiotic food items which contain good bacteria control the microbes as well as their metabolic activities. Improves resistance power is increased. We have good immunity on account of them. Lowers ill effects of harmful substances formed during metabolic activities. So we have seen various life processes, and every life process is associated with the formation of certain waste products which are dangerous for us, and so it's important that we nullify the effect of these dangerous radicals, free radicals, and the waste products that are formed. So these probiotics lower the ill effects of the harmful substances that are formed during metabolic reactions. Useful microbes that have become inactive due to antibiotics, probiotics make them active again. So sometimes we fall ill and we are forced to take certain antibiotics. So due to these antibiotics, these good bacteria that are there in our alimentary canal, they become inactive. So the probiotics help them to become active again. And lastly, used in the treatment of diarrhea and treatment of poultry. So we know that diarrhea is a disorder of the intestine or the digestive system, and therefore probiotics are very useful at such times. So these are some importance of probiotics. So this is how a bacterial colony would look like. These small circles which you can see, they are all bacterial colonies. So it's a circular bacterial colony. It may have different shapes. So to grow bacteria in a laboratory, we need a petri dish. You all must have seen a petri dish in the school laboratory. So such a kind of petri dish is needed along with the nutrient medium in which you have to grow the bacteria. So agar is one nutrient medium in which bacteria can grow. Small quantity of inoculum of the bacteria that you want to grow needs to be added to it. So when all the nutrient medium and desired temperature, the temperature that is required for growing the bacteria is slightly less, warm conditions are required for growing the bacteria. So when nutrients and the desired temperature are available, the bacteria divides and it makes such colonies. So these are bacterial colonies. Bacteria can grow tremendously fast when supplied with abundance of nutrients. Different types of bacteria will produce different types of colonies. Some may be colored, some colonies may be circular in shape like the one you can see here. Sometimes they may be irregular also. So colony morphology we can call it as, that is depending upon the shape, size, pigmentation, etc. We can consider it to be a colony morphology. So this is how a bacterial colony looks like.